Hey everyone, so we got another Tonka Turbo Trickster, but I would call it a Choro-Q because that was the parent company that made this mold. I'm guessing maybe when the mold, maybe they sold off the mold to Tonka at some point in time. Anyways, what's nice about this one is it actually has the real price on it from back in the day. So this is like around $2 from Toys R Us, I assume in America. Toys R Us actually still exists outside of America. Let's see how old it is. This is 1989. So, yep, that's what things cost back then. Now you can buy a bottle of water. Inflation is so crazy. Okay, well, anyways, it's a Ferrari 512 BB. Actually, BBI, according to that sticker there. So, it's a pullback toy. And if you can't find the original Choro-Q, you can pretty much get the same thing. Maybe the paint's slightly different or something if it's a Turbo Trickster. Alright, so interesting two-tone body. The top half is a metallic blue, and then we have a gold on the bottom half. What I like about these old ones is they have Dunlop molded into the sidewall. But boy, these tires I think might be cracking or really old. No, well they're still spongy. I had another old one I bought, and the tires literally broke. So, they're rubber, they outgas and go bad. So even the front tire, you can probably see it says Dunlop there. Okay, it's actually got a really good stance for a Choro-Q. Like, it's not gappy in the rear. That looks normal. And then the front, it's a little gappy, but not as bad as other Choro-Qs or Turbo Tricksters, I assume. Going around to the front, we have a nice egg crate grill here. Nice molded detail in black. I almost think it might be a separate piece because the separation of color is so good, but I'm not sure. And then we have those little running lights painted yellow. Oh boy, but that paint is really weird. I think there's a hair in the paint, which is unfortunate. And then a little rectangle of kind of a prancing horse. Look at that, that's interesting. You can see the prancing horse, but they painted yellow on top of it. I wonder if this is to avoid licensing. Maybe Choro-Q really had the licensing, and then Tonka just painted over it with yellow to get around that. Interesting, very interesting. So that would explain why I see a line there as well. Huh. Anyways, nice molded details there for the vent, the really thin panel gaps. This is literally a sticker, like I don't know if it's paper, but the outside coating is like plastic. So it's like plastic coated paper, or maybe it's just all plastic as far as the sticker goes. It's got kind of the Italian colors, a very lime green, a very orange. I assume maybe 20 years or 1989, this could have been actual green and red, but it's faded so much, You can see the wind-up motor in there through the smoked window. This side looks okay. Going around to the back, we have some taillights, but they're not painted. The sticker here, it says it's number 26 in the Turbo Trickster lineup. Nice silver here and engine venting as well. Those bumps there. This wing is like a silver as well. I think this opens because, yep, that'll explain that gap. But it's all body colored, right? So that's, I don't know. I feel like it's totally unnecessary to have such a weak engine, you know? It just makes the outside look bad. Although I gotta say, for a plastic and plastic fit, if you push it, it's actually not even detectable. It's no worse than the gap of up there. But you see, you have to push it, so then it looks bad in its natural resting position. Something's keeping it from resting properly. So nice gimmick, but not the best execution. A little fuel filler looks like, and maybe some sort of passive vent for the cockpit. So on the bottom, you have the standard, well, no, this is not a standard assembly. Usually the screw is in the front and there'd be a tab here. But because this whole rear end pivots, there's some sort of different construction going on. So you'll notice this tampo printing of all the info here. It's raised above this surface because the original ChoroQ would have had text molded coming upwards like a credit card. So Tonka, I guess, just covered all that with this rectangle, and then they tampo print. So that's how they get around it saying Takara and ChoroQ on the bottom of it. Although actually it still says Takara here, so that's kind of funny. That's the company that really made it. But now Choro-Q is, Takara is part of Tomy Tech, the guys that make TLVs. Okay, well that's quite interesting. Interesting little gimmick there. Interesting that this is only $2 back then. Although I don't know if people would have considered $2 a lot of money back in 1989. I was alive back then, obviously. But I'm trying to think about toys I bought in 1989. I don't know if I bought toys. I think I was a little old for that. But now that I'm really old, I'm back into toys. Alright, I do have a few more vehicles here in my temporary location. The first one I got is this Turbo Trickster of the 959, which for years I've been trying to get in ChoroQ, but it rarely comes up for sale at a decent price, or rarely comes up for sale at all. Okay, and then here's a high riding 911 Dakar. It's so high riding, it's stuff makes me laugh. It's ridiculous looking. Absolutely ridiculous looking. So, sorry for the light. Okay, so there we go. And then I actually got a progress. This is the ChoroQ Zero of an AutoZam AZ1. Oh boy. I had to put some putty under there so they won't roll off this thing. But you can clearly see a ChoroQ Zero. There's far more details. The painted taillights, exhaust tips, and now the most recent castings very often come with clear headlights, which actually happened a long time ago, but then they got cheap and painted them in the initial bunch of ChoroQ Zeros, but they're clear again, so that's nice. Alrighty. Well, that's it. I guess that's it for today's Tonka Turbo Trickster review, or I'm still going to call these ChoroQs. Thanks for watching. We'll see you the next time around. Bye.